Hi there, I'm Radhika. Welcome back to DataZard. Today we are going to be solving Workout Wednesday 2021 Week 45 challenge, which is around creating a custom navigation system. And we are going to be creating this visual. Here, when we click on these icons, then the type of page that is displayed is changed. And this is what we are going to be recreating. So without further ado, let's jump into our Power BI desktop. We will start by getting data into Power BI. Today's data is coming from a web page. So for that, I'll go to Get Data and choose Web Connector. And then I will paste the URL, which is already given in the challenge, and click on OK. It is already mentioned in the challenge that we have to use table 008, which is from page 8 to 12. So that is what I'm going to be selecting from this preview. So I'm ticking this checkbox and clicking on transform data as we have to make some transformations. I will start by renaming this as original, and now I will duplicate this. For the first table, we will only need the rank, community column, and well-being score. So I'm going to select these and then click on remove other columns. I will replace this as community. And now we need another column which will show what is the quantile values. So if we go back to the challenge and looking at the PDF, we are given quantile information. So if the rank is between 1 to 38, then it is first quantile. When it is between 39 to 75, then it is second quantile. So we are going to create this column which will show us these quantiles. I will go to add columns and create a conditional column. I will call this column quantile. And if this rank is less than or equal to 38, then this is first quantile. If the rank is less than or equal to 75, then it is second quantile. If the rank is less than or equal to 112, then it is third quantile. If the rank is less than or equal to 149, then it is quantile 4. And lastly, if the rank is less than or equal to 186, then it is fifth quantile. And I'll click on OK. Now I will remove the null values from this as we do not need them and click on OK. I will call this table well-being score and rank. Now I will again duplicate our original table. And this time we need information about these different types of ranks. So now I will click on the well-being score and the last column and remove these columns. And then I can click on these two columns and unpivot the other columns so that we get all the types of ranks in one column and their values in the corresponding column. So I'll select unpivot other columns. Now this is again our community. This one is our element and its value. Now I will just call this table as well-being data by element. I will again copy this and duplicate the table. And this time we only need this column. So I will select this column and remove other columns. We don't want the nulls. We don't want a few other things from this table. So I will unselect all of these and only select our 5 elements, which is community, financial, physical, purpose, and social, and click on OK. Now we want the name of the element extracted from this. So for this, I will just duplicate the column. And in here, we can split column by a delimiter. And we're going to choose a semicolon and click on OK. Now we don't need this column, so I'll remove this column and then I will rename this as element. And this one is description. I will call this table element description. Now we need to join this column by the element column that is created. So if you look at this column, it is just purpose, not purpose rank, which is how it is shown over here. So what I'll do is I will right click and replace values, and I will replace space rank with nothing, like a empty string, and click on OK. Last thing that we need to do is we just need to disable the load for the original table, as we don't want that table to load in our model. So I have disabled the load, and then we will go back again to home and click on close and apply, so that we save all of these changes. Now let us go to our model view to check if all our tables are loaded perfectly and have the proper relationships. So if we look at well-being score and rank table and the well-being by element table, they are connected via this rank column. And then if we look at the well-being data by element and element description, it is connected via element with many to one relationship. So these have been loaded all right. Let's go back to our report view and start creating our report. First of all, we need to customize this. So for customization, I will go to view and choose the high contrast theme. It is already mentioned in the challenge that we can use high contrast theme, so I'm just using that. Now I will start designing our first page. So for that, we first need a shape. So I'll go to insert, click on shape, choose a rectangular shape. And now we need a few tables here. And for tables, we will need to create some measures. So the first measure that I'm going to create will be the top 10 communities. For that, I'm going to click on enter data so that I create a new table in which I can be storing all my measures. So I will call this key measures and click on load. The first measure, I will call this top 10 overall. That will be equal to calculate. Now we need to calculate, we need to give it an expression. So for that, I will just give minimum. You can choose any of the aggregated measures. And then I will give the rank from the well-being score and rank table. And then all I need to do is when this rank from well-being score is less than or equal to 10, so that I get top 10 rank values. Now let us bring this in the table. So I'll choose table. Let's get community from score and then this top 10 measure. And this is how our first table would look like. We will be needing this in one of our reports. There are two other measures that are required, which will show top 5 values of each of these elements. So if we go back to well-being score, we have 5 elements, which is purpose, community, financial, physical, and social. We need to get top 5 values for each of them. For that, I'm again going to create a new measure, and I will call this top 5. That will be equal to, we are again going to use calculate function, and I'm again going to be creating the same measure, but this time to get the filter context, we're going to use filters on the page wherever we will be using that table. I'll show that to you in a second, but I'll create the measure over here. So again, you can choose any aggregation. I'll choose min. And now we need minimum of the value where the value is less than 5. So what we are doing is we are going to this table, and let's say we are choosing purpose. So we are choosing purpose and click on OK. Let me just arrange this in ascending order. So we need these top 5 values to be shown when somebody clicks on that purpose icon. So this is what I'm trying to replicate using this measure. Currently, it is not having element context, but it will eventually. Similarly, I'll copy this and I'll create a new measure, paste it here, and call this bottom 5. For here, I will choose it is greater than or equal to 182. I'll update this top 5 as well because I want this to be equal to as well. So now I have created these two measures, and I'll show you how we need to use them so that they show the proper data. I will remove this for now. Now I will start bringing my images in. So for that, I will go to insert, click on image and get the image. And I'll do this for all of my images. I will reduce the size and place them on this green bar. And when I click on image and go to format pane and go to image style, I will choose. And now I will click on this image, go to home and go to format painter and copy the same. Now, if we go to size, let's do 70 by 80. And now I will change all my images to 70 by 80 so that they look all the same. Images by pressing Ctrl on my keyboard and clicking all of these images, go to format, and then we can align this center, and then we are going to distribute this vertically so that they are all aligned. Next, I will enable the selection pane and I will rename these. For the first page, we want three text boxes. On the first text box, we have State of American Well-being, and I'm going to quickly format this. Second text box would be 2017 Community Well-being Rankings, and I have just formatted this in green color. And the last text box would be this text from the PDF. And I will just go to size and style, turn on the background and give this green color. And for this text color, I'll select all and give it a white font. When we click on this icon, we need to go to a different page. So for that, I will duplicate this page and call this overview. Now I will remove this text box and reduce the size of these as well. Now we need to place a table here. So I will select the table and we need the top 10 values. So I will get this top 10 overall and get community from this table. Now let's just format this. So for formatting, for style presets, we want minimal. For values, I'll increase the size. We don't want the total, so I'll turn off the total. I will rename this as rank. And let's just sort this in ascending order. I have added overview here. For column headers also, I'll increase the size to 16. And we'll get a shape and give this a gray color. Don't want the border. For this, we need this gray color with a transparency of 80%. And we'll place this as a background to this visual. Go to format and send it to back. I will increase the size of this canvas. So for that, I'll go to formatting pane, go to canvas settings and choose a custom size. And I will choose this as 800. And lastly, I will copy this and paste it over here and get the text box and place it right here. So I have added this text box and then I've added this text box as well to complete the page. Now what we want is when the user is clicking this icon, then we want to go to this overview page. So I'll click this image, go to actions, turn on actions, and we want page navigation, and the destination page should be overview page. Now, if I press control on my keyboard and click on this, I get to this page, and this is how we are using the navigation functionality. Now, what I will do is I will copy this page, like duplicate this page, and create this one for community. So I'll call this community. And now for community, what we want is we want two tables. We don't have these text boxes, so I'm going to remove these text boxes. We don't want this as well, so I'm going to remove it. I'm going to place two equal size text boxes over here. We don't want this text box, so I'm going to remove this. I'm going to keep this table as is, but just replace values. So now here, what we want is we want the top five values. So I will select top five, and then we want community. So we're getting community. But if you see here, we are getting top five of all the things, top four of all the elements. But we want a single element, and our element here is community. So what I'm going to do is I will click on this filter, and I'll go to element description, get element on filters on this page, and I will only select community so that I only get top five communities values. Now I will copy this table and place it here so that I can get the same formatting and I don't have to reformat these tables. And again, instead of top five, I will choose bottom five. Place this one at the top so that we have bottom five and community. And I will arrange this in ascending order. And now I will just format this table. We want to increase the size of these rows. So for that, I will go to grid, go to options, and in row padding, I'll increase this to 20. For column headers, we don't want a background, so I'll select white and change the text color to black. Going into grid line, for borders, we don't want any border, so I'll select white color border from here, and I'll do the same thing for this table as well. Now I will get a text box. I'll add this text. I will get a square shape, stretch it across here. I will give this a background color of gray color. Turn off the border. Give it a transparency of 70%. I'll go into grid, turn on the horizontal grid line, and I will stretch this across. And let's just go to Format Painter and do the same for this one. I will get another shape, which is a rectangular shape. Place it here. I will copy this image and paste it here. The reason why I'm doing it like this is because I've not created images which are green colored images. So that's why I'm just using this as a hack. Now what we need to do is, if we click on this image, then we should go to community. So I will click on this, choose action, enable action. We need page navigation, and the page that we need to show is community. Now when I press control on my keyboard and click on community, I am navigated towards this page. Now what I will do is I will just copy paste or duplicate this page and do the same for all of these ones as well. I will call this financial. I will replace this text as well. Instead of this image now, I will delete it and get this dollar image. On this visual, in elements, in filters on this page, instead of choosing community, I will choose financial. Let us create all the pages. I'll again duplicate this, replace this text, replace this image as well. So I'll copy the physical one, Place it here. For filters on this visual, instead of selecting financial, I'll select physical. I'll call this physical as well. Now we can set up action on all of these items. So this one is already set. This one is already set. For financial, I'll turn on the action. We choose page navigation and choose financial. For physical, gonna do the same thing for all of these. I'll do these quickly. So now to test this, I'll press Control and click on physical, and I should be taken to this physical page. So our navigation functionality is working all right. Now what I will do is I will just copy this on the rest of the slides as well so that we have seamless navigation from these points as well. We have not set up navigation for this one, so let's do that quickly first. Copy this. And now from the first page, I will select list, house, dollar, physical, compass, and people. And I will paste them here. If I click on financial, then I'm taken to the financial page. Let's try going into purpose, and we are taken to the purpose page. Let's try to go to community from here, and we are able to go to the community page. So this is how navigation works in Power BI. If you like the content, then please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next one.